Welcome to another edition of View from the Bleachers, the only YouTube channel that comes to you in 5D, but only if you have the right glasses. I'm Tim Jones, and the topic of this week is about making poor decisions, something my wife routinely reminds me I'm an expert at, especially when it has anything to do with cars. When it comes to car ownership, I'm sort of a Hyundai kind of a guy. I've always purchased safe, practical, mid-priced, somewhat boring cars. I've never driven anything remotely top-end in my entire life, but on a recent vacation to Florida, the rental company gave me a free upgrade to a luxury car, and not just any luxury car. Oh no, I'm talking about an elite Lincoln. What a sweet ride it was. Smooth, gorgeous lines, spacious leather seats, rocket ship acceleration, and more dashboard buttons than you'd find in the cockpit of a 747. There was enough room in the trunk to easily stow both of our children. Not that I would seriously consider doing such a thing, unless, of course, they were acting horribly, of course. It was the most incredible driving experience of my life, until something happened. More on the other side. Okay, so everything was going along swimmingly. My wife was speaking to me for a change. The weather was 75 degrees and sunny every day. That's me driving. I'm looking pretty fine, if I do say so myself. And people I drove past were giving me that sort of, what makes you think you're better than me look? Well, the answer is I'm driving a Lincoln and you're driving a Ford Fiesta. Maybe I was getting a little full of myself driving around with that smug expression on my face. I guess it was just a matter of time before God weighed in to teach me a lesson in humility. And that happened right after I went to church. Now technically I wasn't there for a church service. That just happened to be the location of a classical guitar concert that I was attending. The church parking lot was full of Chevys and Priuses and such, but not a single Lincoln until I made my grand entrance. I was seriously styling in my Link. I'll bet that's what the cool dudes call their Lincolns, but I'm just guessing. The paved parking lot was full, so I had to venture into the overflow area, an adjacent grassy field. The concert was amazing, but frankly, all I could think about was getting back to my sweet ride. Well, when the music was over, the lot was jammed with all the Honda Henrys trying to fight their way to the exit. But this Lincoln lawyer had a better idea. Everybody was headed to the right, so I headed left. It was dark out and there were no street lights to guide my path as I exited the grassy knoll. But before I knew it, I discovered it was a dead end, so I began to make a U-turn. A U-turn to hell. And that's because the grassy field that my car had been parked on transitioned to a pine needle covered field, hiding underneath it a massive swath of deep, soft sand. My precious car quickly became inextricably trapped. I tried rocking back and forth, to no avail. Well, then I tried rocking the car back and forth, but that only pushed the Lincoln deeper into its sandy grave. I conscripted several concert goers to help push my car out, but not even the collective strength of 4 strong men, plus 2 embarrassingly weak ones, was enough to make a dent, so to speak. I was stuck. No doubt God was laughing at my predicament, probably because I had not attended a church service in several weeks. Okay, several months. Okay, since April 2009. I hear you, God. Just get me out of this and I promise to start going to church again. This is an actual photo of my predicament. I honestly can't say exactly how long it was until the tow truck finally arrived. I'm guessing it was 2 days, but I have never been a very good judge of measuring time. The driver looked like a good old boy with his ponytail and his arm-length tattoo, and I remember his name was Ramey. When he sized up the situation, the first words that Ramey spoke in his thick, slow Southern accent were, and I'm not making this up, quote, "I'm guessing you ain't from around here, are you?" And then I tried to make small talk, and I said, "I'll bet you have to tow people out of situations like this all the time, don't you?" Nope, was all he muttered, but I'm pretty sure what he wanted to say was, nope, you dumbass. Well, then Ramey required me to sign 2 release forms. The first one released him and the towing company from any liability for damage to the car in case he ran into problems. I'm really not sure what the second release was for, but I'm betting it was probably releasing him from any liability for telling all his buddies about the moron who was stupid enough to get his car stuck in sand because he was too impatient to use the regular exit like everybody else. It took him a long time to figure out exactly how to pull the car out without getting his own tow truck stuck in the same mess. I offered to help, to which he curtly replied, I think you've done enough already. Well, he repeatedly had to start over because the car's tires were buried in so deep in the mire. With each attempt, as he started to pull my precious Lincoln, its tires just burrowed in deeper and deeper and deeper. While this picture behind me was not my actual car, it's a close approximation of the mess my car was in at this point. But eventually, sometime before dawn, Ramey was finally able to pull the vehicle out, and by now, the hood, the roof, the sides of the car, they were covered in sand. But the only thing that was seriously damaged was my pride. I headed straight to a car wash to remove all evidence of my crime because I sensed that taking a Lincoln for a spin in a sand trap might be a teensy-weensy violation of the rental car agreement. So, please don't rat me out to Alamo Rental Car, okay? I reflected on this experience on our plane ride home from vacation. Perhaps the life lesson was that I should never have rented such a frivolous luxury car in the first place. Then again, since this happened in a church parking lot, maybe it was a message from the big guy upstairs telling me to stop being so vain and materialistic. But then again, maybe my wife's simpler explanation was right. You're such an idiot. Yeah, I think that's probably the takeaway from this story. Well, that's The View from the Bleachers. I'm Tim Jones. And remember, if you like this video, please click on like or subscribe and share this video with your friends or anybody you'd like to annoy. And for more of my humor, just check out my website, viewfromthebleachers.net. Thanks for joining me. Bye for now.